World of Tanks has so many awesome nations and classes, sometimes it's hard to just pick which one you want to play. So in Destination Tanks, we're going to help you with just that. What are the best tanks of each nation? What are the most fun? The cream of the crop. That's what Destination Tanks is all about. Today we're going to talk about the US line of tanks. There are so many awesome tanks in this line. There's some really great fast tanks, there's some hard-hitting tanks, and there's some serious armor. You got your real choices of what you want to choose. And of course, you have some classics like the M4 Sherman that are just all around great tanks in general. So in this episode, we're going to go through the US line and see what's the cream of the crop. What are your destination tanks? What do you really want to work towards? First off, we will start with the light tanks, and US has one of the best. The M41 Walker Bulldog. It's the quintessential light tank. It's fast, it's maneuverable, it's got an amazing rapid-fire cannon that will ruin any enemy tank's day. This makes the Bulldog an amazing hit-and-run tank. You can swoop in, fire its 10-round clip, and then get out before you're taking too much damage. Of course, you're going to have to wait for that long reload for those really long clips, but it's just an amazing tank to ambush people with. Of course, you don't have much armor to speak of, so be careful about engaging the enemies head-on. You're going to want to really flank around people and get in, do your damage, and get out. It's more of a guerrilla fighter than it is a frontline battler. Shoot for the M41 Walker Bulldog if you like high speed, hit-and-run tactics, but don't mind that you can't take a hit. Next, let's take a look at US medium tanks, the M4 Sherman. When you think of American medium tanks from World War II, one tank comes to mind, the Sherman. It's the most commonly produced tank in the US and one of the most well-known, and for good reason. It's a solid, all-around classic US tank that does a little bit of everything, but nothing the best. It's kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. It can handle a variety of enemies with multiple gun choices. To top off this package, the M4 Sherman has great gun depression for peeking over hills and tied with the best view range for the game, so you can really spot your targets and really deal some damage when you peek over that hill. Shoot for the M4 Sherman if you want a jack of all trades but master of none, and don't mind a little bit lighter armor than the average medium tank. Next up, it's the bigger brother to the Sherman, the M4 Jumbo. It's still got the great selection of cannons and versatility that the Sherman has, but it's got some serious armor packed on the front of it now. That means it's a little bit slower in general because it's got all that extra weight. With a heavily armored turret and great frontal armor, the M4 Jumbo can take quite a beating if you position correctly and make sure you got the right angles. It can still make efficient use of the terrain with its great American gun depression like many American vehicles. Shoot for the M4 Jumbo if you're okay with a little heavier tank than the average medium, but still want the flexibility of being able to go anywhere on the battlefield. Maybe it's not about speed or flexibility for you, but it's about raw firepower and some serious armor. You want to be the biggest, baddest tank out there. You want to be the master of hold down, the terror of Tier 7, the T-29. With a practically invincible frontal turret armor, a gun that many other tanks would die for, you are a serious force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. This tank really shines if you can find a good spot to get your hull behind cover and peek your gun out. In this position, you can bounce shots from higher tier tanks while returning fire with your amazing gun. Shoot for the T-29 if you want to feel invincible when in cover, but don't mind the slower speed of a heavy tank. That's all for this episode of Destination Tanks. Let us know in the comments below, what is your destination tank for the US line? But thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.